You're watching Cooking with the Queen. I love the Queen.
Welcome back to Cooking with the Queen of Infinity. And because we're not blessed with the magic of television, we've got to listen for the timer so we'll know when the lasagna is done. Because I do not have a pre-made lasagna. We'll check back on this when the timer goes off. But for now, we're going to make our side dish. And today we're going to be making some curried quinoa. I've had quinoa before. I've never had this recipe. But before I start, I want to tell you a little bit about quinoa if you don't already know. It was actually a staple food of the ancient Incas. And they called it the mother grain. And the cool thing about quinoa is that it is a complete protein. So most grains are not complete proteins. You have to combine them with something else to get a complete protein. But quinoa is a great source of fiber, an excellent source of protein. It's just a super, super healthy food. It's got a nutty, different flavor. A lot of people serve it in place of rice and starchy side dishes. So give it a try one of these times. The first thing we do is saute about half a chopped onion in a good medium-sized saucepan with oil. I'll just drop this in and put these babies in there. We'll saute the onions for a couple of minutes until they start to get tender. I don't want to brown the onions or caramelize them, just enough to get the flavors out and get them tender, because this dish will be simmering, and so the onions will have a chance to cook then too. Alright, so the onions have sauteed for 4 to 5 minutes. We're going to add about a teaspoon of grated ginger. This is just fresh ginger that we got at the grocery store, peeled it and grated it. I'm going to just dump it right in there. Some minced green chili, and you can use whatever kind of green chili you like. I believe this is an Anaheim chili, which is a little milder, but if you like a spicier dish, use a jalapeno or a spicier type of a chili. And now I need to add the quinoa, so we'll saute that in here with these ingredients so it kind of soaks up the flavor. Thank you, helper. Before you cook your quinoa, always remember to rinse it. Naturally, it has a coating on it that protects it from insects and birds eating it, and that coating is bitter. We'll just dump this in here. This is about a cup of quinoa that I've rinsed. Next, we're going to add some spices, so I'll need my helper to bring those over. And in here, I have a little bit of salt, a little bit of cinnamon, what else do I have? Ground coriander, and a little bit of ground turmeric. So we'll just mix those in. Again, just stir them up. And as we add all of these layers of ingredients, the smell in here just keeps getting better and better. Now the next thing we need to add is the water. So I'll need my helper to bring me the water. Thank you, Maddie. With quinoa, like rice, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So we've got 1 cup of quinoa. We're going to add 2 cups of water. We'll just stir this in. Pop the lid on. Oh my goodness, what is that? It's the timer. Would somebody please turn off the timer, because that's going to make me crazy. And that can only mean that our Mexican vegan lasagna is done. So let's check that out. And there we go. It looks really, really lovely. The fake cheese actually melted. The Queen of Infinity only uses patriotic oven mitts. But for now, let's take out this beautiful, lovely Mexican lasagna. Just put it right up here on the stove. So it's time to add the peas. And these are just frozen peas that you can get in any grocery store. Give this a quick stir. And these peas are going to be in here just long enough to heat them up. Let's put the lid on this, let it cook for about 5 more minutes, and when we come back, vegan dessert.